If the Dinosaurs Came Back by Bernard Most, rewritten by Miss Radka's class. I like dinosaurs. I think about them all the time. I read about them. I talk about them. Oh, how I wish the dinosaurs could come back.
If the dinosaurs came back, there would be a new era of transportation. Our school buses would be those sharp-mouthed dinos. We would go to the dino stop for the dino bus. When it roars, we know we need to go. Then they would be the biggest and fastest type of transportation. When the dino bus stops, children would slide down his or her neck.
If the dinosaurs came back, they could mow our lawns. Herbivore dinosaurs could eat our grass. If we didn't have any dino mowers, there would be a lot of more pollution with those gas-guzzling machines. If you don't get a dino mower, you might be hot and sweaty, but if you do have one, you can just relax and put your feet up and drink some ice cold lemonade.
If the dinosaurs came back, house painters won't need any more ladders. They could start a business and hire dinosaurs. They could name their business Dino Paint. Painters could also reach higher places and paint roofs easier. Maybe they might even help out put the big posters on billboards.
If the dinosaurs came back, they would scare away robbers. The alarm will make the T-Rex come out and scare away the robbers by roaring with spit coming out of its mouth. The spit will make the sneaky robber freeze till the police gets there. Having a T-Rex detective system is very secure, and the best part is it's free.
If the dinosaurs came back, they would make it easy for farmers to plow their fields. If you had a dinosaur, you would not need a rake anymore. They would use their horns to make a valley in the dirt instead. The tail would mix up the soil to make it rich and better for the plants. Also, at the end of the day, you would need a bigger barn for the dinosaur to rest.
If the dinosaurs came back, they could help lumberjacks chop down trees. I think the scariest thing would be seeing the big teeth chop down trees, but it will be faster. The dinosaur's long neck would help the lumberjacks with the tall trees. We will all feel the ground shake when the dinosaur brings down the tree.
If dinosaurs came back, they would help firefighters put out fires. They could be stairs for the firefighters by allowing the firefighters to step onto their backs. Also, dinosaurs could help the people climb out of the fire quickly by allowing the people in the fire to climb out of the window and slide down their backs. They could also swipe their humongous claws at the fire, and the fire would be instantly put out.
If the dinosaurs came back, they could help build tall buildings. The dinos can paint cool and pretty designs. The builders don't have to use ladders because they could just climb the sharp teeth. These meat eaters could help the workers put down the clear and shiny floor.
If the dinosaurs came back, they would make great ski slopes because they're taller than a mountain, so it's better to ski down on top of the dinosaur. There is a lot of snow because on mountains there is snow. It's to slide down in a really cool way. The dinosaur would be a big purple dinosaur with a big long neck for people to slide down. They will be so happy that they climbed up the dinosaur mountain after how tired they were climbing up the dinosaur's long neck, and then the dinosaur could shake so hard so the people might fall down and hurt themselves.
If the dinosaurs came back, they would make great ski slopes. They can help you practice and get better. Also, the dinosaurs could help you get to the top. The dinosaurs would be at the top of the hill, and when you start sliding down the back of the dino, you would be going really fast. When you get to the bottom of the hill, you will want to definitely go again.
If the dinosaurs came back, they can take swimmers on the beach. If there are people who don't know how to surf but have good balance, the dinosaur can help them with surfing. Some humans don't have surfboard or a boat, so the dinosaurs can give them a ride on his back. Boys and girls who like to play volleyball could play on his back if there's a big line for the volleyball court.
If the dinosaurs came back, they could take swimmers on rides at the beach. The people will get on the giant boat at the dinosaur dock. Surfers will now have a new toothboard. Kids will have loads of fun on the new water slide down the neck. Speaking of loads of fun, a giant inner tune formed by the tail will have people's burn for fun satisfied. When you're cruising in your smooth ride with all of your friends, fishermen will be green with envy.
If the dinosaurs came back, they would help get kites out of the trees. It would help the moms a lot so the kids would not cry all the way home. The dinosaurs will help our community have more world peace from sadness. Now the moms have time for themselves to relax instead of dealing with kids.
If the dinosaurs came back, climbers would have new mountains to climb. The climbers would have to stick their ropes into the dinosaur's scales to climb up. And once they got to the top, a sign will say, "Welcome to Mount Dinorama." Then they slide down this big scaly neck all the way back to the plaza.
If the dinosaurs came back, they would be a great help at the circus. They would hold the acrobat swing so they could flip. Whee, the acrobats would say. After, the dinosaurs would hold giant chairs and tame the lions. Next up, the dino would go through a flaming ring but not make it. Later, you'd see a big pile of bones. The dino would wear a giant afro. While wearing the afro, he would ride in the tiny car and do a 360 flip and not make it. They would explode in mid-air and land on his spikes. Finally, the dinos would give out food, and the only thing they'd say is "rawr." The customers would get angry because they didn't know how much to pay, so the dino would eat the angry customers because they were being mean.
If the dinosaurs came back, they could help the librarians get books off the top shelf. They would be a big help in the librarian get books off the top shelf. The librarians would never make them do any boring jobs like look up books and other boring librarian jobs, or they might eat them. If people don't want to read books, they could slide down his or her back. They would do a great job being a ladder, but they would not do a great.
If the dinosaurs came back, the dentist would have plenty of teeth to work on. The dinosaurs would not fit in the waiting room, and they might also break any chair they sit in. Therefore, they would have dino seats for them to sit in. It would be super expensive to be a dino dentist because they would have to run the tools through the dishwasher 5 more times. When they sit down, the dentist would have to be careful about being squashed to pieces. Finally, the dentist would have trouble picking up the immense instruments, and he would have to be careful about the dinosaurs closing their mouths.
If the dinosaurs came back, giraffes would finally have someone to look up to. Of course, they would only gaze upwards so they don't get eaten. The giraffes might be scared that they would be the dino's midnight snack. The dinos would be nice and help the giraffes unless one of the giraffes tried to murder a dino. At that point, the dinosaurs would sacrifice the giraffe. As a result, they might stampede, but it will end in failure, tragically. And there would never be peace again between giraffes and dinosaurs.
If the dinosaurs came back, they would push all the clouds away, so the sun could always shine. On those sunny days, a brachiosaurus could play basketball with us or soccer. We would read under an oak tree, play I Spy with other kids, or play hide-and-go-seek in a park.
If the dinos came back, they would make great pets for people who love dinos. For instance, they would be cool things for show and tell. Imagine the leash they would have to wear. You would have to have a big backyard to put your sharp-toothed friend in. Also, you can make your friends who just have dogs jealous because you have a dino.